Hey guys, Deathslander Magic here, and no, that's not a clickbait title. That is exactly what it sounds like, and that's exactly what happened. Now, we are, by design, lacking the entire story here because Wizards hasn't commented and we're missing some crucial details, but I'm going to report on what it looks like so far, just based on all the evidence, put it all together, think about it, and then what's the most likely, which, I mean, that's fairly responsible, and Wizards is never going to comment on this. No way. I mean, they just gave some generic, oh, I hope everybody's safe crap or something like that. So what happened was Titus Lunter, Magali or Majali, I don't actually know where they're from, but so I don't know the pronunciation key, Villanueva, I guess I do know how to pronounce that, and Anna Steinbauer were all flying into America from other countries, and they were detained at, well, the airport. I was going to say the border. That'd be hard to do. They were detained at the airport because of a problem with not their passports or anything, but their work visas, their temporary visas that explain why they're coming to America. So the people on the left and the complete ass-kissers of the, Wizards of the Coast are blaming Trump personally, of course, naturally, and, oh, immigration, and oh, it's so tough and unfair. No, if somebody has a visa that says one thing and you find out another thing, they are so much more likely to be someone trying to do something bad in America, run drugs, terrorism, anything. You better scrutinize them, and I thought they were treated pretty fairly. They're all, oh, I'm so traumatized. These are artists, you guys. Artists. Okay, just think of most artsy types that you know. Are they the most mentally fortuitous people? Actually, I think that means lucky. They have high mental fortitude. No, not really. Either that or they're just drama queens who like to make something out of nothing for sympathy, which is also the typical artist type and Wizards employee type. So, yeah, exaggerating things so people feel bad and to push their political agenda. Especially one of them. Just wait till I read their statement. So the question is, what the hell went wrong with their alleged work visas or lack thereof or whatever? I don't understand crap about the visa program. That's not true. I understand a little bit, but it's looking like Wizards didn't get them the right type of visa because it's usually on the employer. It's on the people who schedule them to do the work to make sure that they can legally be in America. It's not usually exclusively or even the majority of the work and the background checking and the, let's get our papers in order. Not most of that is the responsibility of the individual coming to America. Now, coming here on like a tourist visa or just, hey, I'm going to be here for less than 90 days or whatever, and I'm not doing work, I'm just taking pictures of stuff and then flying back, very easy. People do it all the time. What happened with this one is, like, they didn't really actually get them a work visa, so I guess you're only allowed to show up with the type of visa or non-visa or visa bypassers. I don't know. I've heard all kinds of stories, but basically whatever they had, it wasn't good enough. It didn't get them to the level of, oh, we're being brought in by a company to do work. We are working for them and getting paid at a significant level for a significant amount of time. It's not just, oh, I'm getting an appearance fee for one event and flying back. That's the type of visa it sounds like they had. So my understanding is bare minimum when you get this type of like a work visa or non-visa, Visa Waiver, whatever the hell, I don't know, I don't understand this crap, the very details of it. The person you're doing the work directly for or contract labor for or contract, whatever payment for, they at the very least have to agree to it and sign off on it, being like, yeah, we're the other side of it and this person's not making it up. So someone at Wizards in the legal department, it would seem, should have said, this is improper, this is not going to work for the type of thing that they are going to do when they get here. So did they do the interview at the airport when you're trying to get through customs and said, oh, I'm here to do this work, whatever, do this work, and they're paying me Wizards of the Coast, yay, I'm an artist for them. And then they were like, wait a minute. Like during the interview or whatever, they were like, that ain't the type of visa you got. Boom, detain them. It's not clear if that's what happened or what specifically, but basically, like, what we do know is the gist of it is they did not have a full-blown work visa to work for an American company. Something wasn't right with the type of visa or lack thereof that they showed up with. And the kicker is people who know more about this than I do are saying it's virtually impossible that it isn't Wizards that's at fault here. So I'm just reporting what I heard. I'm not a visa attorney or whatever. If you want to research it further, the type of visa that they had, I guess, was an ESTA visa, ESTA. And I guess they call it that, porque está bajo custodia de ICE ahora. That's a Spanish language joke. So yeah, ICE got them. I guess they say they pulled them out of the customs line at the airport. That's odd. So this, attempted misuse of an ESTA visa waiver is like what is at fault here. So if you want to know more about that, I'm sure you could Google it. I'm not going to because I don't care. But boy, you misuse an ESTA visa. Yeah, it got revoked permanently. It's gone. You can never use one again to enter America. So, that sounds super harsh. Oh no, poor them. If they want to come back here, they can. They're not like banned from the country. They would just need to, do what they should have done in the first place and get a damn work visa. So what, like less than a day in detention or something like that, and then the plane ride home. Ooh, and then a slap on the wrist, and they said if you want to do this again, like come on back, but do it correctly this time. Like, oh no, poor them. Like, get over it. So Titus had some interesting details, but let's read Magali's statement given to the press and whatever. I think this was on social media. I don't know, whatever. Basically, they said, Wizards of the Coast people are working hard to help us. The priority for them, and that makes me happy and comforted, is not to give a public explanation. I mean, I guess, especially if it makes them look bad. That's a PR issue, but still we want to know the truth and the cause of this. It is to do whatever they can so our careers won't have to suffer from U.S. borders' extreme ways of dealing with people from the outside. No, people from the outside who lie about their visas and bring the wrong visa, because that is highly suspect. A just visa waiver, oh, it's no big deal, I'm just coming here for one thing, and then they find out, oh no, you're doing something completely different. That's when you get the scrutiny. You're literally allowed to come back tomorrow to America if you can get the damn work visa. There were basically no consequences. Nothing happened to your career. This is so stupid. I mean, you're not on like a no-fly list or banned from entering America. Just shut up, you idiot. So anyway, they are worried for us. Many of them are good friends. Well, not good enough friends to get you a work visa. Oh, anyway, they understand all the consequences of what happened at SeaTac. Yeah, I mean, I guess they understand that there are no consequences whatsoever, and you can come back to America tomorrow if you wanted. I mean, it might be harder for you to get a visa when you've already abused one visa and lied on it, but we need help, and they're giving it. Well, they should have gotten you a work visa in the first place. From my own professional experience, not all clients would do that, believe me. That's true. I know that to be a fact, especially working in IT formerly. Us not being able to come to Renton is a problem for them. See, that's what I don't get. Is it? Like, I guess they were flying here to do some big art-related push, a promotional thing for some Dungeons & Dragons thing. Don't know much about it, but I know that that's what they were doing. And, oh, what do you know? The U.S. classifies that as paid long-term work. You are primarily coming to America to do work for a company and get paid for it. Imagine that. You might need a work visa instead of a visa waiver and ESTA, whatever the hell. So they need our work and expertise. That's not true. For every one artist, there's 100 more waiting to take their place. Trust me, it's highly competitive, especially when you expand it to the world stage. I guess their work is already contracted, so they would need them to continue, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, they're not carefree about it. Well, they were when they got you your first visa waiver. Oh, burn. Anyway, but again, yes, that's true. Giving a public speech is not their main worry right now, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, you are, but everybody else wants an answer about why this happened. I'm sure other people who are going to fly in for Wizards event want to know what went wrong so that they can prevent it. So nobody really cares about you. They care about the truth and how this happened end to end and what they're going to do about it from a wider scale than just you. Anyway, I'm writing that to you because the hate may also have come partly from your article. Oh, I guess this was he actually wrote this directly to, I'm not even going to give them the credit. These douchebags who run a garbage trash, absolute propaganda Wizards of the Coast mouthpiece shit website. Anyway, I wish the community would have other use of its own strength than creating drama like the huge company doing nothing for the poor little illustrators. I don't think anybody was pushing that, especially this website, which kisses Wizards' ass on a daily basis. But whatever. I mean, Wizards screwed up. It's pretty damn clear. It's not proven yet, but it's highly suspected. sparing some sort of like an explanation from Wizards directly, which is why people are asking for that, so we can stop blaming them. It's like, who the hell leaked the Guilds of Ravnica card? Wizards being silent on it automatically makes everybody think that Wizards was responsible, they were negligent, and they were idiots. Maybe it wasn't at all their fault. Maybe it was completely out of their control. Rogue employee, nothing you can do about it. Another issue with the printing facility, nothing within reason you can do about it. But their silence means that everybody's going to assume that they were completely and exclusively at fault for it, and they're incompetent as usual. They're bad at doing their jobs. That's why in this scenario, it would probably help for them to make a comment about it, unless they're completely at fault, which would be a reason to not say, oops, we screwed up, we got them the wrong visa, our bad. I'm not going to read the rest of this. It's just bullshit. It's irrelevant and it has nothing to do with it. So let's read Titus's statement, because that's a little bit more, I don't know. You'll get it. So Titus released this public account saying what happened at the SeaTac airport, which I assume is Seattle Tactical Airport. I have no idea. I don't care. So he wrote, assuming it's a he, I have no idea. Well, Titus, come on, that's a manly name. Anyway, being good to the world does not mean the world is good to you. This, however, should not discourage you. Well, okay. Can you tell this guy's like a fine arts major and an artist? My God. Okay. This was put to the test when Anna Steinbauer, Magali Villanueva, I don't know, wait, he's French, so it probably isn't Nueve, I don't know, anyway, and myself arrived at SeaTac Airport on August 25th to participate in an upcoming Dungeons & Dragons concept push. What follows is a brief description of what we went through to reduce the amount of questions we get from you guys. See, this guy gets it. Unlike Wizards, he's like, hey, I'm going to give you the hard details so that people aren't just making shit up and assuming. Please note we are getting in touch with Wizards of the Coast, which implies he wasn't in touch with them yet, oh my God, to see how to move on from here. Work for a different company that can get you a proper visa. How about that's where you move on from here? It's early in the day, so none of us had the time to respond to any of this. Please be patient and don't play the blame game. No, I'm going to be impatient and I am going to blame them because the lack of information, I'm going to fill in the gaps myself based on what we do know. So, first off, we were all fine and back in our home countries. See, it's almost like ICE knows what they're doing. They treat people respectfully. Imagine that. Unless they, cross the border with 10 pounds of drugs in a backpack. Then they're not so nice. Imagine that. Or if you had weapons on you, or if you're a convicted felon. Or if you're human trafficking, then they're not nice. Imagine that. Some French illustrator trying to fly in for a Wizards event. Yeah, big scary ICE detaining you. Oh, it's so traumatic. You get to sit in a damn room and then fly back to your country, and you're welcome back here. Being detained, so scary. Well, guess what? It's all over now. Get over it. So he says, first, we're all fine, blah, 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 whatever. What happened, : under the conditions of our ESTA Visa Waiver, we are allowed to travel for business and pleasure. See, that's odd. That's the part that doesn't add up. I don't think that's right. We thought we had nothing to worry about. And Wizards probably told them they had nothing to worry about, too. Shortly after our individual arrival, because they all flew in from different places, by the way, we were pulled out of the line. Now, see, how did they find out about their intent before they were in the interview? That's really weird. And they were put into a separate detainment area. Interviews took place with very courteous immigration, spelled wrong, but who cares, officers of the SeaTac crew. See, they'd be polite. Why would they try to scare and intimidate someone? Unless they caught them with something illegal being smuggled in, just be like, hey, we think there's a problem, and they're just being, of course you're going to be nervous and scared because it's like, oh my God, immigration, something went wrong, damn. But he even said they were being courteous, so yeah. It was soon clear that because of some details that live in a gray area, we would not be cleared to enter the U.S. There's not a lot of gray area. I mean, if you go to the Visa Waiver program, it is like a mile of text, so it tells you exactly, specifically to the letter, what you can and can't do with that type of visa. So not really. The gray area would be created by Wizards is what it sounds like, where they didn't really say, yeah, you're cleared to come into America, but they didn't really say you couldn't, and it was kind of implied, and then it turns out, no, that's not the type of visa they needed. Whoopsies. And let me just say, if this is completely not Wizards' fault and some government person screwed up or something, or these people filled out the wrong form or whatever, I'd be happy to make a follow-up video. But once again, a lack of statement from Wizards clarifying this makes us all assume the most logical reason, which is Wizards screwed up and got them the wrong visas. So, yeah, maybe make a public statement, you dumbasses. So anyway, let's see. Can't enter the U.S. We had to hand in our passport. Damn, phone and luggage. Well, that sucks. This left us without any communication. Yes, that's how that works. At this point, it was 3 a.m. in Europe, so our phone call only came through to Magali's husband. Good on him for being up. He was probably playing League or something. What that means, we were in violation of our ESTA Visa Waiver, whether we knew it or not. Oh, I guarantee Wizards made sure they didn't know it. This means that our ESTA eligibility is canceled forever. Well, that's good, because that's not the type you needed anyway. As of today, we are not allowed to enter the U.S. without a full visa. That's not true. A full visa, like straight-up green card, means you can live there and apply for citizenship. You would need a time-limited work visa, I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure. So full visa is a misnomer there. I wouldn't expect this guy to be an expert on American travel and visa systems when he doesn't live here, and he tried to enter with the wrong visa anyway. So it would also mean we would be put on the next flight home, which was the next day. Seems nice enough to me. According to protocol, we would not be allowed to stay at the airport, and so had to be moved to another department. ICE. Nice. Because of regulations, after 6 hours of interviewing and waiting, we were handcuffed and taken through the airport to an ICE detention center 30 minutes outside of the airport. I mean, I could see that being slightly stressful, but it's better than like, oh, we're going to assign an armed guard to you. I hope you had money for a hotel. Like, I mean, it's, whatever. It's not holding. I mean, it's a detention center. They're not a Holiday Inn, but it's like, it's free, and they're like, we're going to fly you back home tomorrow. Like, what did you expect to sleep in the airport when you're already seen as a potential security threat? It seems uncomfortable, but completely, understandable and logical to me. So, but then again, I wasn't there. But then again, I've been detained by people before, just not at the airport, not for ICE. But anyway, here we were booked and checked into our jail cells. Oh, bullshit. Jail cells my ass. Anyway, these are, as you can imagine, austere and not comfy. Once again, not a Holiday Inn. There were no beds, but we were given a blanket and some sanitation utensils. It's like, come on, like, you bring less shit like that camping. We would spend 11 hours here. We were fed and had access to water. See, there you go. I mean, whatever. Remember, they basically broke the law. They tried to enter the country with the wrong visa. I'd say that this is appropriate behavior, even though there was no intent there, or appropriate treatment. I mean, it's whatever. Like, what exactly would you expect them to do? Just say, oh, go find a hotel. We'll catch up with you in the morning. Don't escape and go meet up with somebody who has a bomb. Like, no. So, let's see. To me, the experience was very traumatizing. Yeah, whatever. I would just go with it. I'm one of those chill people, so I don't know. To each their own, different personalities, different strokes. In the morning, we were cuffed, put into transport, and escorted back to the airport, where we would wait in uncertainty about our flight status. Literally every flight at every airport ever. Now he's just drama queening it. He's just, oh no, is our airplane going to show up? Everybody wonders if their airplane's going to show up and if they're going to get on the flight, okay? Especially if you didn't have a ticket for that flight. That's how that works. So some friendly personnel allowed us another phone call to let people know. See, there you go. People are like, bending the rules a little bit. Like, hey, you're already leaving the country on your way out. Here, have a phone. Borrow my phone or use this, or we'll pay for an international call. Call your family. Tell them what's up, Like, it's polite. They were being nice, for God's sake. So, and our stuff would be returned to us upon arrival. There you go. They even packed your luggage, got it all back on the plane for you. Like, that is, everybody says ICE is such dicks. Like, this is very quite polite. So it has been an incredibly long, frustrating, it was half a day and you were sleeping for most of it, so shut up. Scary weekend, and we are still trying to sort out all the details of what it means for us moving forward. It means you can't come in on the wrong visa again. Get the correct visa and try again. Like, I literally just said that. So we have the greatest respect for all parties involved. See, told you, ICE treated them nicely. They should have zero respect for Wizards, though. But are sad we had to fall victim to the systems in place. That's like me saying I was going 85 and a 65 and I fell victim to the systems in place. No, I was speeding. I broke the law. Whether I knew that was the law or not, I still broke it. You're right. Somebody who says they're coming in on a tourist visa but actually goes to college, or somebody comes in on a work visa and actually is just visiting, or we should just let anybody in. Just get rid of the whole visa program. Oh, the system is so unfair, even though it worked exactly like it was supposed to. We should just let anybody cross the border. Don't pat them down. Don't sniff for drugs or bombs or anything. Just any kind of terrorist. Who cares? Just let them walk right in. We'll deal with it once they're already here. Yay, freedom. No. I mean, there are countries in Europe, a lot of them, and honestly Asia too, where if you cross the border, you will be shot on sight. Okay, you better go through a border crossing in a car with a passport, or you are going to get shot. Okay, why the hell we don't shoot people at our border, considering the number of people trying to attack America, is beyond me. How many illegal border crossings do you think there would be if we got drones dropping missiles on people's heads if they try to cross illegally without paperwork? Because that just, you're already presumed guilty at that point. Well, hell, presumed guilty, you are actively committing a crime. You are violating federal law by crossing the border illegally, and we don't even know you're here. I would assume the person has drugs or is human trafficking or has a bomb or just something. They're not supposed to be here. Why the hell don't we shoot them? Well, that's because that's kind of extreme and not very nice. Yeah, but how many people would actually attempt to cross the border then? If they know they're going to get shot or a drone's going to drop a bomb on them? 0. So 0 people would get shot. Seems like a nice system to me. I mean, it's called national defense. I think they need to step it up and just be like, no, we are done with this shit. Nobody's coming across the border without us knowing about it. The end. We take security seriously. The military's on the border. Deal with it. Just like dozens of other countries in the world. And I ain't even talking about North Korea. There's Middle Eastern countries where if you cross the border, that's it. You're shot. But anyway, that has basically nothing to do with this other than I'm exaggerating the complete idiocy of the whole left, let's let everybody in, freedom, yay, America's a mixing pot, whatever bullshit. It is. You can come here. You just got to fill out some paperwork and pay a little bit of money and follow the rules. That's it. Everybody's welcome here. Are you kidding me? Oh, I guess now with the exception of travel ban countries because their entire system of government is a violent religion. Gee, what logic could be behind that? I can't figure out that one. It's a real head scratcher. Your leaders literally death to America and death to the Jews, and we don't let you into the country automatically? Really? I wonder why. But this is just some technical visa bullshit. It's they didn't have the right kind of visa for the work that they were doing. They're all kind of trying to cover up that detail, but that's my understanding and other people's opinions what went on. It just that ESTA visa is not what you need when you're going to do a promotional art tour thing for Wizards of the Coast, I guess. I mean, that just seems to be the details we have right now. Okay, if you live in some random non-American country and you're getting hired to do some work and you've done some, contracted artwork for Wizards of the Coast or some giant, huge company, and then they're like, hey, you should come here. And they're like, what type of visa do I need? I'm not from America and I'm not familiar with your travel laws and how your visas work. That's why everybody's blaming Wizards right now. So sparing some kind of astonishingly weird details or something that literally everybody is overlooking, this is 100% Wizards' fault. So like I said, I'll make a follow-up if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody is wrong about this. I think Wizards cheaped out, they rushed it, or they made a mistake. Or, this one's fun, they were purposely trying to get them in on an easier, cheaper, more likely to get approved visa, and they just thought they wouldn't get caught. I mean, this is Wizards we're talking about. They're probably I don't know what color these people are, but they're probably they're white, they'll come through. Or they're working for Wizards, they'll just let them in. Who cares? They'll just overlook it. They're not from one of those dangerous minority groups or dangerous countries, so we'll just get them this quickie visa or whatever, and then we'll just fly them in. Nobody will care. Yeah, back in the real world, they don't care what your name, your country, or your skin color is. They're going to stop you if you got the wrong visa. You ain't gonna white privilege your way through the airport, okay? No, that's not gonna happen. ICE doesn't tolerate that shit. Oh, but I'm white. Well, then white your way back to France because you got the wrong visa. Welcome to America. It's the law. So just one little detail. I mean, I guess for me skimming the ESTA thing, it's supposed to be like a one-time visit. It's supposed to be like a consulting or hey, we'll pay you one time to do this. Not like a working with them ongoing. So the whole point of it is it's almost for suppliers, I'd want to say, or a business contract with a Chinese manufacturer, or just an initial potential, a job interview, or, hey, can you appear at this one thing, a foreign doctor giving, a speech at a thing. That would be what an ESTA visa is, as far as I could tell. If you're going to be hey, we're here for a duration working the same job over and over and over for a company on an ongoing basis, not just one little thing, or to, consult with them or to negotiate something, then you're going to need a work visa because you're working for an American company. Of course you need a work visa. So Wizards should have known this. I wouldn't say any of these three should have known this because how would they unless they researched it themselves, and they probably just took Wizards' word for it. So this looks really bad for Wizards. It really, really, really does. I hope the rest of their foreign artists don't even attempt to fly in now because who knows if they'll get past ICE or whatever. I mean, Wizards clearly doesn't know what they're doing or doesn't care. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. There's one detail that I keep overlooking. So the ESTA Visa Waiver thing is the name of the program. It's not actually called an ESTA Visa. I think I kind of misphrased that. It's like, I'm an exception. I don't need a work visa or a travel visa or a student visa because I'm here because blah. And so basically they were misrepresenting why they were there, or Wizards was misrepresenting it. That's why they got caught. It was likely the duration of their stay, where they were going, and their description of why they were coming to America. That's the reason they were pulled out of the line. So yes, they absolutely were trying to basically sneak into America to do something that they needed a visa for without having the visa. That's really all there is to this. So, oh no, they put us in a detention facility for one night and then drove us back to the airport, let us make phone calls, gave us all of our stuff back, and sent us back to our country. Like, oh no. I mean, you guys all hear about, what was it, Greg or whatever from the Tau Flattermouse channel? He was out in somewhere, and they just wanted to go swimming with some scuba gear on. So they went swimming and ended up getting detained by Turkish the military, spent a couple days in a Turkish prison and then got deported and are now banned from the country of Turkey. They wanted to go swimming and ended up banned and deported from the country of Turkey, which sounds like most of my Friday nights. But he said, honestly, it wasn't that bad. They were literally in a Turkish prison, but they were like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Everybody was nice. It was cool. We took some selfies with them, whatever. Fun story. But remember, he's like current or not military, police. So like, maybe he just has his shit together more than some French artist who will overreact to everything and is hyper emotional and sensitive. But I don't know, that maybe I'm reading too much into this. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting story because, like I said, sparing any kind of Wizards clarification, I think it's their fault. So does everybody else. So I'll leave it at that. So the moral of the story is if Wizards wants to fly you somewhere, just don't, because it's probably a trap. That was a joke, people. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next complete PR disaster, probably in an hour.